A new note on adventures in the screen trade by William Goldman, the screenwriter for Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, Marathon Man, and other films. He talks about the making of Butch Cassidy and Sundance Kid, how he was attracted by the story he read about these unusual outlaws, how it is not easy to transfer this to the screen and make a screenplay with a plot line, especially since it's dealing with two continents. And he recommends first of all to be very to know very well the theme, the subject you're dealing with, and then to have something like to be fired up inside and think about the subtext. He also says in this fantastic book, which explains the film world in many ways, at least the one of the 70s, 60s, 80s. I'm not sure how much, well, I'm sure a lot of this applies to the film industry of today, but I don't know how much. Some things have been changed. I think, for instance, that this outpouring of sequels after sequels and Avengers and is a new way to make sure the films make money. And it's not the end of good films, but it's more difficult to take a risk. Indeed, he says subtext is for good films where you have to guess, you have to see. For instance, he says this scene with an elevator. There's the husband and the wife. They don't talk to each other, but then an attractive woman at a different floor steps into the lift, and then the husband takes off his hat and says good day, something. He says that you can guess a lot from this, even if it's nothing is said or just hello. He wouldn't be surprised if after that the two quarrel or have a big fight. Subtext is not for commercial films. There's nothing in Halloween 6 or some sequel to Porky, films like that, where the only preoccupation is to make money. A good serious film, I would think, are not really concerned with that. That's a concern, in fact, but not the top priority. I'm just guessing. So this book is also demolishing a myth for me and other readers, I'm sure. Alfred Hitchcock. He talks in appreciative words about some of his creations. I'm thinking, for instance, he gives the fabulous finale for North by Northwest as an example of how packed film scenes can be. An ending, we see a man stepping on the hands of Cary Grant as he's hanging on a cliff, and then that's 30 seconds before the end or something like that. And in such a short time, that guy is off, kicked. Cary Grant is survives, or so is his partner, and then the police got the bad guy played by Manson. I forget. Never mind. And we have all this succession of scene after scene, and it's all wrapped up in 30 seconds. On the other hand, there is also the Psycho movie, in which, as William Goldman says, we have the character of Anthony Perkins as the villain. There's a scene in the basement where the sister of the dead woman is looking around. There's the chair of the dead mother swinging around, and then we see a skeleton, cries, there's the light moving, a man fighting with the villain Anthony Perkins, and it's all packed and people scream, and but then after that, and after that, I don't know, quite a few minutes, 6, or where nothing much happens. There's a local analyst who makes a naive explanation with some Freudian elements, but it's boring, and so is the rest, in the words of Goldman. But the public takes it in. In fact, they're probably relieved that they over that scene with so much tension and horror with a fight. But he's of the opinion that there is no author film, or perhaps very few of them, and the film is a team effort. Screenwriter, director, image director, and some others, without whom the film would not be made. And so Alfred Hitchcock was not really the man